that swipes the card. And then after it goes through, he goes, just so you know, it's a monthly charge. Yeah, okay. He told me after. And he was like, look, you can cancel it on.
The winter storm that slammed much of the country with snow also caused power problems in many places. In Indiana, one neighborhood was left without electricity after a tree fell on.
Oh, holy fucking shit, guys.
Alright, what's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. I got a good creepy video compilation for you guys today. If you're new here and you want to show support, go ahead and leave a like, comment, or subscribe, stuff like that. And yeah, we're about to get right to the video. Let's check it out. Oh, you guys see what Canada is saying? Saying they're gonna cut the lights out. On January 21st, all the way from Michigan to New York, stuff like that. Oh, okay, it's in the video. You guys will see it.
Well, I know they were messing with the water, letting reserves go for one reason or another. They've been doing that a while. California has a lot of problems that sort of baffle the mind as far as why they do things. And then in the events like this, you sort of look, well, is it on purpose? Which, it's an insane thing to think. But one begins to ponder whether or not there is a purpose in mind. What could it be, I don't know. Do they want the state empty? I don't know.
Noticed something a bit strange about these LA fires everyone's been tagging me in. The first weird thing that I noticed is that insurance companies dropped fire coverage 3 months before the fire started. And many people have reported electrical wires from the power grid causing these fires. And of course, the water supply has been cut off. And don't you think it's a bit weird in this picture that all of the trees stay standing but the houses aren't? Of course, this is for educational purposes only, and I'm not claiming anything. And then we go to Google and type in 2028 Smart LA City. What a coincidence they want to build a smart city in LA. And of course, it's a lot easier to build a whole city if there's no buildings there. Of course, this is just for educational purposes only, and I hope everyone is safe over there. Thank you.
Man, I feel so bad for those families that lost their houses in the fire, especially because just knowing that it could have been prevented and how conveniently the wind is blowing at 100 miles an hour the day they started. There's just a lot of weird stuff going on. Like how all the houses are burnt, but the trees are like almost untouched. I don't know. It just don't make sense to me. And they done caught people actively trying to start fires.
I want to know how many other people have been getting this same response in their spirit. So I have been finding in the past couple of months, now more so than ever, when I start to worry about, adult, like grown-up things, your bills or your future or how you're going to make this happen, when I start to worry about that, I feel such a statement being made in my spirit, as if like the Lord is speaking to me and saying, none of this stuff is going to matter soon. Like the things that you're worried about, none of it is going to matter. And so I just really want to know if anyone else feels that way.
Somebody tell me what this white stuff is. I'll tell you what it's not. It's not melting. Very warm coffee at this point. It's warm. Look at that. That should be gone. It's just What the fuck is this? This one caught my attention. You could Google that yourself right now. ChatGPT, check it out yourself. There are patents for this shit. Between the weird fog concealing all the Dior bags and the snow situation, I'm really starting to understand why this man disappeared. I feel like the closer we get to decode this entire matrix, the harder the evil side will push back. This is Jacobo Greenberg. He is a doctor of physics, and he bridged two most fascinating worlds together. The world of Indian medicine men and shamans and quantum physics. Figured out how to manipulate reality. 12 hours later, he vanished without a trace. You can verify this shit. Ask ChatGPT, ask Google, ask your mom, ask whoever the fuck you want. All his research, gone. They did the same thing to Nikola Tesla. At the root of all of this is very basic information. If you're vibrating at 250 or lower, that is exactly where you can be controlled, where you will go to work, you will come home, you will fight with your wife, and you will be miserable. When you get above this, love, joy, these vibrations, you can't be touched at these vibrations. Something magical happens. I know this video is about the weird snow and the weird fog, but I believe this all ties together. Get a hold of your own reality. Not all weird hippie science. There's quantum physics that backs this up. If you silence your mind, you could do fucking anything. Dr. Joe Dispenza explains that on the quantum level, you can design your own reality, and it really is true.
Yeah, with this whole fog and UAP thing, it was like they were all in the sky. They're like pretty much like, yeah, take a look at this. And it was on the news and Congress was talking about it. So I think they definitely wanted us to see that. I want to know what their plan is. But all I know is whatever it is, they don't have good intentions, because whenever somebody comes around that's positive and tries to bring change, they just get them right out of the way.
You that don't know, there is a spacecraft that has melted out of the ice in Greenland. As you know, the North Pole has melted completely. You can go from London to Moscow or to Russia by going over the North Pole now. All the ice cap is gone. The last place that has ice on it was Greenland. Greenland had a 18,000-foot ice cap on it. Well, the spacecraft that is anchored in the center of Greenland created the last ice age 50,000 years ago. Well,
wait, what?
The spacecraft that is anchored in the center of Greenland created the last ice age 50,000 years ago. It's a weather machine. It's a weather machine. It's 55 miles wide, 300 miles long, and 2 miles high. People that lived in it were called the Mois. You draw a straight line from the spacecraft to the Washington Monument, Washington, D.C., through the Yucatan Peninsula, Great Pyramid, and Mitsubishi, and ends up on Easter Island where the Mois have been dug out of the dirt.
So, you guys heard it, right? Winter is a man-made type of weather.
I'm working this job. I came out on the deck to look at the ocean, and I saw this semicircle of lights that keeps flicking on and off. What the f*** is that?
American people have no idea, really no idea, about the immensity of the threat in space. And I've made this comment in a classified setting, that I wish the American people could be present in this room. Not this room, but the skiff, because our adversaries know what they are doing. We know what they are doing. They know, we know what they are doing. But the American people have no idea. But if they were privy to what we hear, and you know it much better than we do because you live it, I think they'd be pretty alarmed. This is not by way of criticism of you, because you're living with the strictures of what is classified and not, but I think we have a real obligation to explain to the American people why space is a domain that matters, why the threats there are real and urgent, why they are growing in importance. So I think we all agree here that space is an important domain. Undersea warfare is an important domain.
Record? I haven't told him anything. Okay, just tell me what you see.
Oh my God, come on.
Wow, what the fuck? Holy shit. I just saw something. Yeah. What the fuck?
Oh, I see that. I feel it.
I've been under the influence of mind-altering substances a lot, but I've never seen anything like that. Whoa.
I showed over 100 people, and I kept asking myself, how are all of us seeing the same thing?
Oh my God. It changing shapes right there.
The laser was revealing numbers and letters running in a pattern.
They're almost like this big here, and it looks like code.
It looked like...
That was a thick laser.
That's why I told you.
And I just want to take a picture of it and translate it.
Wow.
You see that?
Okay, so yeah, it's not stuck.
No.
It's not because of the light.
No, it's on its own side. Light is just literally revealing it.
And
each angle shows you different layers, different ways through it.
I could see through the wall. It's not like a hallucination. It has spatial awareness and permanence. I don't know. Whoa.
For centuries, mankind has attempted to explore these psychedelic, altered states, but we've never had a repeatable, testable phenomenon to observe until now.
Wow. I'm obsessed. It's like you can see through the laser into another dimension.
Man, that really makes me want to get a big laser and try that out for myself. It's kind of like, you know, when sun rays shine through the window and then like you look at it from the side or like up close and it looks like it's like revealing space that you can't see when the sun rays aren't there. I don't know. It's just kind of trippy.
I'll tell you a good story.
Okay.
I have 3 friends. All 3 of them had stage 4 cancer. All 3 of them don't have cancer right now at all. And they had some serious stuff going on.
And what did they take?
Jesus. They took some, what you've heard they've taken.
Ivermectin?
Fenbendazole.
Bendazole, yeah. Yeah, I'm hearing that a lot.
They drank hydrochloride something or other.
There's studies on that now where people have proven that
people drinking methyl glue and stuff.
Yeah, methylene blue, which was a fabric dye.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a textile dye. And now they find it has profound effects on your mitochondria.
Yep.
Yeah.
This stuff works, man.
There's a lot of stuff that does work, which is very strange because, again, it's profit. When you hear about things that are demonized and that they turn out to be effective, you always wonder, well, what is going on here? How is our medical institutions, how have they failed us so that things that do cure you are not promoted because they're not profitable?
We did get some footage that was sent to us by email, and there are some anomalies within this footage. And the first thing I want to show is this house that's burning from the inside first. And it looks like, you know, the inside caught fire first and the outside looks still clean. I'm going to play it one more time. This looks like it's a microwave fire that caused, you know, induction of electric eddy currents through the metals and the wiring in the house, which causes resistive heating and ignites the adjacent objects. So yeah, when you see a house burn from the inside out, that's not normal. All right. And then we have another clip from this guy who is in Pasadena, actually, and he will say how his house, or at least his roof, was fireproof.
Any kind of build, remodel, anything, you know, the decisions after the decisions and the heart that goes into it.
Oh, the small details.
The details. You talked about the roofing. What about the roof? You said it was fireproof. So do you question what happened?
That's our question. How did it happen? Because the roof was tiled unless the fire came from the sides.
Yep. And
his car.
Yeah. So we also have a clip of his car, and I'm going to show that now. You can see that the front passenger rim has melted, and it's flowed about 4 feet there. And so that's at least 1200 degrees. And the glass also appears to have been melted out of the car. I'm going to show it one more time so you can get a good look. That's at least, 1200 degrees for the rims and about 2700 degrees for the windshield.
And what's different with this car versus the other cars that we're seeing in these suspicious fires is the hood is still there. A lot actually survive that normally doesn't, but Porsches have their engines in the back. But it didn't look the same as some of the other ones. Like the rims could melt at a fairly low temperature, but the engine looked like it still had a cover, and it looked like the engine was probably still there too.
You could probably get the rims to melt naturally if you use the right kind of like pine or really high temperature wood, and you arranged it around the rim and you had some sort of like rocket stove type furnace setup. You could get the rims to melt that way. But you can see that driveway had almost no fuel laying around the tire, and the wheel, the rim, there wasn't enough fuel to burn that rim.
This fire even got celebrities chiming in. Chris Brown went on his Instagram and said this. Y'all can see what he said. So I'm not crazy, right? And remember, he's in the Los Angeles area. He also said, make sure y'all throw a ceremony or a parade for these firefighters and first responders after this. Yes, y'all. We must all do that. DDG even chimes in. Listen to this, y'all.
Me, I'm just saying it's just a little weird that it's happening in so many different rich areas. And I know it's people that's not rich that also got affected, but the areas that it's happening in, it should not be happening in. Like Pacific Palisades is right next to the ocean. Bro, these areas, it ain't supposed to be happening. You feel me? West Hollywood is out of control. This is the city. Literally don't make no logical sense.
Why is nobody talking about what this guy just said? Watch this clip very closely because you might not see this anywhere else.
A large blackout affecting the entire or a large portion of the United States of America. Imagine what that's like. You walk outside, you turn on your phone, there's no signal. You go back inside, you turn on the TV, no signal. You turn on the radio, no power. You turn on the faucet, no water. You turn on the fridge, no refrigeration. Your food starts to spoil. You walk outside, cars pile up, no street lights. Within 3 to 5 days, the food is gone from the grocery stores. And the trucks that the city counts on to resupply that food aren't coming. Within a week or two, the sewage system starts to overflow and contaminates what remains of the water supply. Societal order starts to break down. The emergency responders have now left their positions like many did during Katrina to protect themselves and their own family. The unfortunate news is that the threat of such a blackout is very real.
What he's talking about is exactly what Canada just declared. Watch this.
We will go to the full extent, depending on how far this goes. We'll go to the extent of cutting off their energy. Going down to Michigan, going down to New York State, and over to Wisconsin. This fight is coming 100% on January the 20th or January 21st. Canadians get hurt, but I can assure you one thing, the Americans are going to feel the pain as well.
Really, no one cares about Canada, but the real question is, who did they inspire with that threat? China. And that's because they manufacture our transformers that power our entire power grids. And this random guy warned us what that would look like.
Would, because that's when people become animals. Why would they bother to throw a missile at the United States across the ocean when they could unplug the country? And then you have real casualties, and mass chaos, like true chaos. Yeah. People are not prepared for this. They haven't thought it through. Our leaders have not prepared them for it at all. It's like, oh, it's on your iPhone. You don't have an iPhone, and there's no electricity, and there's no water, and there's no way to get anywhere. And that could happen. That's not science fiction. That could happen soon. And we're not ready for it. And as you said, it's not a cohesive country. People are not like, oh, I'm going to help my neighbors. You don't know who your neighbors are. People are not designed for that. People can't handle chaos, and they go crazy. Chaos is the one thing you have to avoid, because that's when people become animals.
I don't know about you, but 3 people talking about the same thing. I don't know about you, but I'm staying prepared.
See what I mean? They're threatening to shut that off. And they'd have to have help from China, like they were saying in the video, because China makes all our transformers. So, we might have a leave the world behind type scenario coming up on the 21st. They don't put that stuff in movies for no reason.
How much are they? So a robot like Melody is $150,000, and that's fully AI capable and customized. But we can actually make the robot look like anything you want. So you can come to us and say, we would like to give us a picture of someone, and we can make that robot customized to you, and we can customize the AI so that it knows exactly what you want it to know. So it can learn about your company, it can learn about your product, or it can be your girlfriend.
Are we going to be like, this is my God, this is my family member?
Well, you could. We always say you can take our robots as a date to a wedding. We have this here on display for people to touch, so you can give that a feel and see how that feels. These faces are all modular, so we could actually take the faces off Melody and Aria, throw this one on top. It's all magnetized or special technology. Press a button, and then you have a different robotic character. This allows us to provide flexibility for our clients. If they change their minds and they want a different character, we can design a different face for them, and then they can add that on very easily.
Are they easy to swap? How long does it take to swap?
It takes about 10 seconds. You just peel it off and then put the other one on. It's our patented system with magnets.
I spent hours riding around the fires looking at everything. Here's some random clips throughout the night. You can see all the houses on fire, buildings on fire, trees on fire. A lot of chaos, a lot of damage. Now this is the clip to really watch. You can see that whole house in the back is on fire, and this car parked in front of it has been completely melted into the ground, burnt to a crisp. But something interesting is the tree that hangs directly above it doesn't seem to be affected at all. Still has all those green leaves on it, nothing burnt, completely intact. Even the grass fully surrounding this car has no singe marks. It's green grass, untouched. Even that expensive, nice landscaping in the background seems to be untouched. That tree is immediately above this car. How can those leaves not have been affected by flames big enough and strong enough to burn that car down? If the flames are big enough to burn the car, they're clearly big enough to touch that tree. Yet those leaves seem perfectly intact. It seems more like it was a targeted strike of sorts, just like in Hawaii, not a natural disaster. Call me a conspiracy theorist, but you decide for yourself.
Here's another fun fact about the fires. So it's 2 o'clock in the morning on the night of the fires, and these are all the power outages in LA. Now this is the Pacific Palisades where the fires are taking place, and there's 0 power outages. But somehow the entire city has power outages tonight. So the same night that we have all these random windstorms, the same night that all these incredible fires are growing through here, the whole rest of the city is experiencing power outages. This is Los Angeles County. This is a huge region. LA is enormous. I can't imagine how all these things are connected.
How does that even happen right there? The fire obviously goes from the car up towards the house, but the bushes are just left untouched. That don't make no sense to me. There could be some scientific reason that I don't know about, but I doubt it. Usually if it don't seem right, that's because it's not.
It's a plane with lights.
No, it's not.
No, it ain't.
No, it's not.
Oh,
there's no clouds. Shh. Quiet.
Look at
a
it.
UFO,
Look at it. Look at
dude.
it on the camera. It's like a dome.
That's a UFO.
Quiet.
What the fuck? Like literally,
Look
dude,
at that
that's
thing.
weird in the sky right there.
Dude,
Dude, are we watching a comet or shooting star falling?
No, that's not moving quick enough. There's no tail. That's a UFO. There's no blue or red
Look,
lights.
something's coming off.
What the fuck?
Whoa, bro.
Coming right here.
Like that. It's not like an aura coming off. I've never seen anything like it.
I got my video on it too. Y'all are gonna video this shit.
What the fuck is that?
Dude, this is nuts.
Look at the UFO around it. Look at the lights going off in two sides, though.
Look, it's moving. Look at the lights are moving around it. What the fuck?
It's hovering.
Oh my god. Oh my god, I see that. Look, it's going up. It's taking off. No fucking way. What the?
What the fuck? It just went out to space.
What?
It just went out to space.
What the fuck?
It just went out to space.
What the fuck?
Holy
oh my
shit.
god. Hey guys, Vandenberg could have launched something.
As you were saying,
That could have been Vandenberg.
as you were saying, no alien.
No fucking way.
Bro, that thing
No.
just fucking disappeared.
Does anybody believe in the Anunnaki?
The what?
Anunnaki.
I don't know what that is.
Okay, well, Google Anunnaki, go down that rabbit hole, and I will talk to you in about 38 years, because it's going to be a lot of knowledge. I'll be dead before you know it. It's fucking aliens, bro! There's shit everywhere! We're in the third dimensions, there's a fourth and fifth dimension, and I believe that through stones and crystals, the Dead Sea Scrolls, the pounded copper tablets, that we are just a matrix of shit, and movies and things that were done are try to plausibly calm the populace to say when it happens, don't freak out when you see people with lizard tongues and 6 dicks and 9 tits coming at you. It's gonna happen. There's shit everywhere. Why would we have billions and light years? What the fuck is a light? I know what it is. It's a long goddamn way away. Light travels at 186,000 miles or something per second. It takes 8 seconds for the fucking light to hit the earth. Yes, I'm smart. It hurts sometimes. I feel like I'm melting like a candle. Make it stop.
And how you work that building, that stone across the street. That's why we got this hill. That's why we got a hill. I'm on top. So you see, the top is theirs. The bottom is ours. It goes down. Look at the windows. That's how you bury somebody's history. We're on top of the hill, right? The red is them and the brown is us. See, missing window. You see the stonework. The stonework. You see the white? They separated themselves. They let you know where it's at. This is where it starts. That's ours. That building start on the white part. It's a little higher than this one. You see? I'm on top of the hill. This is the roof of our building. See? That's the roof. This is the roof. See? Stonework. See? We're making the sidewalk. We're making the sidewalk. Yes, we're making the sidewalk. We're on the hill.
Alright, you guys, that's going to be it for the video. If you made it all the way to the end, just know you're a real one and that I love you. I know there's a lot of negativity out here right now, but we should just be focused on bettering ourselves and gaining as much knowledge as we can. And letting go of all that negativity so we can raise our vibrations, you know, stuff like that. And that's going to be it for today. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Later.